Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of my Vlogtober. My name is Martina and I am a knitter based in Germany. Right now I'm coming to you from my hometown in Slovakia, where my husband and I spent some vacation time. I would like to make this episode a little bit different. I would love to not only talk about my knitting, but also why I decided to start this channel. So I will start with the knitting, and after that, if you are not interested in listening to my story, you can we will meet another time. So today I have some updates on my Westknits shawl, the knit along. I have it here with me, and there will be a spoiler a little bit with the second part. Oh, I'm mid-row, so yeah, this will be funny, and I can show it to you like this. So this is basically my finished part 1 of the Knit Along 2023. I do enjoy this one, really do enjoy, because as I already talked sooner, I did participate in the last years, like actively participate in the last years knit along, and I did not like it. Midway through I realized that I do not like the shape of the shawl, and I decided to scrap it, frog it, and do something different with the yarn. But this time, even if it's not the shape I like, it's modular. I can always add another part or another section, so that's why I will continue and go on with this year's knit along. The part 1 of this shawl caused a huge controversy, you can say, and I wasn't happy with the whole process, because you can imagine I do knit because it calms me down, it makes me calm, and this was not helping. The knitting for me is a coping mechanism with some health issues and just stress in general, and this was only adding the stress. So I wasn't sure if I would go on with knit along, but I was like, no, you have to, you just have to. You already bought a lot of yarn for this project, so you will have to go on. Yeah, so I'm knitting in wool and alpaca blend. I ordered online. I think it's called Papatia. I have no idea from where I ordered it. It was some, basically cheap wool blend I found in Germany, so I snatched it. Because in Germany the yarn is quite pricey if you want to knit with wool, and I usually do not use the 100% wool. I usually use the blends with alpaca, so yeah. It's really warm. When I knit on it, it's growing, and I can like let it rest on me. So yeah, it's coming on really beautifully. Also, in the end of the first section, the rows are finishing with this is my color A, this is my color B, and it ends with the B color, and then you start the section 2 again with color A, which makes it, well, I do not really like it. I have to be honest, I do not really like it, but then I was because when I do not like something, I usually go on Instagram and look at all of the other versions, and I saw that some people like made completely their own colorways, and since everyone has a different middle, the section 1 part, we have a lot of variations which I would love to knit later on. Basically, I'm seeing a lot of variations with baubles, with the granny square and so on, and I would love to make something like that, maybe with one of my granny squares which are knitted. I think it would be lovely, but I have to check to well, basically to meet the stitch count that is needed for this project. I think it's 360 for this one. So yeah, I will, and I would also love to knit it in all of the colorways in the world, basically. And maybe I can make like a blanket also with maybe 2 of them. So yeah, I have a lot of plans and not that much time. Yeah, but we will see. We will see what will come first. So yeah. The second project I would like to talk about is my bunny. Today we went to the church. We christened the baby. She was crying the whole time. She didn't like it at all. But it's okay. A lot of kids cry, uh, especially if it's a young child. She's only 2 months old, so she's really young, and she didn't like it. Basically, they have to. The churches now are cold because it's only 10 degrees in Slovakia, in my town. So it was cold. She was fully dressed. She was warm and everything with a hat on. She has a lot of knitted hats and knitted clothes. So she was warm and comfortable, but still she felt like she will be wet soon. And they use like a little bit of the water on the head, and also some other things that they do the what is it called? Yeah, I forgot the word. Did they do the sign on the head of the child and also on the chest a little bit? So she didn't like it. She was crying all the time. After that, she fell asleep. Her father took her, and she fell asleep, so it was fine. But that still didn't get me to finish the bunny. The body is nearly complete. I still have the head, the hands, and the ears, and the legs, and the tail. So basically I'm not even halfway through. I'm done with 1/4 of the whole pattern and the whole bunny to be done, and I will most definitely not make it. I'm pretty sure I will not make it. It's not possible to make it. I don't have that much of time, and in all honesty, I have no idea where the vacation went. We were here for 7 days, 7 full days, even 8 because we arrived on Saturday. And like all those days went by so fast. Few of those days we did nothing because we do not have the car. We put it, we need some things fixed, so some parts needs to be changed, and yeah, we do not have a car, so we cannot drive anywhere. And I usually knit in the car. I'm the passenger seat queen, and I knit a lot in the car. it calms me down, keeps the nerves on the correct level, and also I do not comment on my husband's driving as much. I always remember one reel, one story from also a knitter. I think she's based in New York, and she made a video of her like sitting in the car and she forgot her knitting, and she was constantly commenting on her husband's driving skills. So he circled back to their home, brought her knitting, and he was like, just knit and shut up. So yeah, that's also our situation. Every single time he's like, do you have your knitting? I'm like, yes, thank God, it will be a calm ride. Yeah, so I didn't have time to finish the bunny, and I should feel, you know, kind of bad because I didn't finish it, or kind of pressured, but also I'm knitting because it brings me joy. So I do not think I should punish myself for not finishing a piece, even though yes, I should have finished it, but I didn't. And I cannot crucify myself for not having enough time. Although maybe I did have enough time, but I just didn't want to knit. Yeah, so as Stephen West says, embrace your pace. And I will. If so, I can just send the bunny. You know, I will finish it, I will polish it, I will make some dresses for the bunny so she can change it, and when she grows up. And it will be a nice present that will arrive maybe for Christmas. We will see. We will see. Yes. So that's all of the progress I made. I'm not a fast knitter, so me finishing the Clue 1, yes, that's perfect. I'm really proud of myself for finishing the Clue 1 before the Clue 2 went online. I actually did finish the Clue 1 on Thursday morning, and as soon as I finished, Steven dropped the Clue 2. So yeah, I watched the video. I did skip to the end because I didn't want to risk it anymore, which sounds terrible, but yeah, I didn't want to risk it. There was this whole controversy with the part 1, with the Clue 1, so I was not sure if I want to continue, so I did skip to the end of the video, and I liked the result, and I was really happy that I opted for a solid square instead of one with eyelets, because spoiler, now we are making the eyelets, and I think it would be too frilly. You know, it would be just too frilly. I know there are some throws and, well, shawls that are complete with the eyelets and just this frilly technique that you make with the increases that make the pattern so nice, but I decided I wanted this to well, change, so every part should be different, and also the original was also solid, like a solid piece of fabric, you know, fabric knitting. So I decided that this would be the best for me. Yes. I keep on losing my tracks of my thoughts. Well, basically I'm losing my thought. I once again wanted to say something, and I forgot. What was it? So I will just knit on this piece and yeah, talk some more about the Westknits. Yeah, I also put it down after I finished the Clue 1 because I wanted to well, I was too how to say it, too optimistic and idealistic, and I thought I would finish the bunny. Yeah, so I felt like no, I will put down the shawl and I will finish the bunny, but it never happened. I got frustrated with it because I knitted on wooden needles. It was one of the first sets of needles I got in my knitting career, in my knitting history. There are these bamboo needles in all sizes, and they are sock needles, so they are not really long. You can just comfortably stuck them in the pouch that I use for all of my projects. I will show you. I have pouches like this. They are makeup bags, but I use them as my knitting bags. I do not really own any proper knitting sacks and bags. I just use these ones because they also have zippers. And I have them in so many colors. Basically, I buy them cheap. They are like €3, and I use them all the time, and they're quite sturdy because they're made for makeup. So yeah, nothing dirties any project that's inside. Also, the needles do not poke through, so I'm really glad and happy with it. And the needles cause my hands to hurt. Like my joints are terrible all the time, especially now because it's getting cold. Like it was 24 degrees yesterday, and today it's only 10 degrees. It was 12 the maximum during the day, and now I think it's like 6 degrees, maybe 8 on the feel. I'm cuddled here in my shawl, in my blanket, in my half and half triangle shawl, and because I would freeze. I would definitely freeze out here. I'm on a balcony. We moved once again because well, there was a change of plans. We had to leave the car at the shop over the weekend for Monday and Tuesday also. If we will be lucky, the car will be done on Monday. Will be finished on Monday. But I don't think we are that lucky. So yeah, we had to find another suite, another apartment that we can rent for 2 nights. Yes, for 2 nights. And I did find this lovely one. It's just nearby from the previous one, straight across the restaurant we like. After our wedding, we went there to have lunch. So yeah, it's golden. It has these ottomans that look like the honey, and it's really nice. I really like the interior designs I see every time I travel. We live in a lot of apartments that are listed on Booking or Airbnb, because when we first left for Germany, the agency that we worked with, they used to rent apartments for a month or two through Airbnb, so we lived in a lot of them. Some are good, some are not as good as you would think, but most of them are nice. Yeah, you can live in them. There's always some pluses, but also some minuses that you have. That's my computer. I keep it on so I have some light, because currently the sun is setting down, and it's only, well, 6:30, but it's getting cloudier from the side where the sun goes, and yeah, also cooler. should not rain, but it's setting early today. Yeah. There's also pluses and minuses every time you rent on Airbnb and Booking, and you have to count on some problems every time. But most of the time, they're quite well corresponding to the thing that you see on the pictures. And I wanted to live in this one for a longer time. I know these buildings are new in the town, and they were not that pricey, but at the time they were building them, you could already buy them before they were standing up. I didn't have the money to buy them, so I missed out on this one. And it's really pretty. It's near a school, an elementary school. It's near a high school. It's near a Lidl. It's near all of the restaurants, and it's really near the center, the city center, where you have everything you need. This is quite a compact town where you have everything you need. You do not have to travel to any other town to get, I don't know, to some kind of bureau you need. No, you have everything in here, and it's really close. It also has a parking lot. Well, right now we do not use it because we do not have the car, but for every flat it has a parking spot which is covered, so no rain, no ice, no anything. And it's one bedroom, one living room, one bathroom. The living room is with a kitchenette. It doesn't have a full kitchen, but the kitchenette is nice. Well, I would add a washing machine. No, the yeah, the dishwashing machine. I cannot remember the word. It has a, well, the laundry. It has a laundry, but it's in the bathroom. The toilet is separated, and instead of toilet there's the washing machine in the bathroom. So yeah, which is quite common in Slovakia. You do not usually have the toilet in with the bathroom, only if the flat or the house is really small. But usually they also have like the half bathrooms where you do not have the shower or anything. It's just the toilet and a sink so you can wash your hands. It's also good if there's more people living and one of them is showering, and usually you have only one bath in the flat, so one is showering and one wants to go to the toilet. They can. They do not disrupt anything. So yeah, I really do like this one because it's nice and yellow. You know that our flat in Germany is also mostly yellow because the owner, he put in a yellow sofa and a blue wall, so it looks like what was it? Whose Disney princess is? It's the dress of yellow and blue. I think it's Snow White. Yeah, so it reminds me of the dress of a Snow White, of a Disney princess. Yeah, so it's nice, and now when I'm here I do really like it. I think they did the house justice, and it's kind of quiet. It's cool and quiet. It's the top level of the building, so we have quite a nice view. Yes, I can see the other buildings. Like there's 4 buildings, 4 housings, 4 blocks. But I can also see the school. I can also see the other buildings over there. And the main road is behind the building, so I do not hear anything from there, which is perfect. Yeah, so that's our current living situation. more pluses than minuses with this one, of course. It's nice. Yeah. And now to the other part. So if you are only interested in my knitting and renting part of the vlog, uh, I will bid you my farewell, bid you my goodbyes. Have a nice day, have a nice knitting. I will knit now on my Clue too, and we will see each other another time. Also, I hope the other one will be another vlog from the road, from the road to Germany. So there will be some nice sceneries and a lot of sock knitting. Because if we are driving during the night, I'm just knitting. I'm not driving a lot. I'm just knitting. I'm basically blind, so no, I'm not driving much. I will be driving maybe for 1 or 2 hours so my husband can sleep for some, and then I will knit some more. Okay, have a nice day and see you the next time. Bye. Okay, and welcome to my second part of the video. This one will be, well, you can say, I would love to talk about why I started this channel, and it's mainly because of loneliness. I do not have any friends that actively knit and are with me in Germany. It all started a few years ago when we decided to move from Slovakia to another country because we needed a higher income, and usually if you work behind the border you do get much more. So we searched, we found some job, firstly in Belgium, where we worked for 2 years. Oh, nearly for 2 years. And there was no one that knitted. Even my colleagues, none of them. Well, one of my colleagues, she did knit, but that colleague was the age of my mother. And personally, we didn't get on. I do have a lot of friends that are at the age of my mother or even older, because a lot of older people are knitting in here, but with her we just couldn't find the common ground, you can say. Sorry. It's mainly because, well, there were some problems with the work, and they were playing against each other, and she was one of the main players, so nothing that came out of her mouth was to be believed, and you do not want to be friends with such a person. So yeah, there was no one, and I was knitting alone and only talking to my husband about my knittings. And my husband, unfortunately, is not one for the handiworks or anything that involves some yarn or something that's petite, and he's good with a drill. He's good with electronics, he's good with that stuff, but not when there's yarn. No, he cannot do anything. Yes, so I didn't have anyone to whom I could talk during those days, and it got really lonely, as you might think. After that, we moved to Germany, and once again there was no one who was actively knitting, which is really weird with how many people are knitting these days. Like there's so many people that do like the crafts, do love wool yarn related or fiber related, but no one there. We mainly worked with well, you can say kids. They were, well, the oldest one was like 23 or 24. They were all Polish. uh, Mind you, I do not speak the language. I do understand the language. We can understand each other because our languages are quite similar, but not completely. But yeah, we can understand each other. And yeah, there was no one that was interested in knitting, so once again I was alone. And then we moved for another job, and once again there's no one who's into knitting, like absolutely no one. And I was getting more and more lonely, and my husband, the poor guy, he was getting more and more tired. Because he saw that when he couldn't answer me, I was getting frustrated and upset. So I was watching a lot of knitting podcasts. I do still love to watch them. I have a lot of my favorites, and I still do search for new and new ones. Even yesterday I started a new podcast that I found, and it's lovely. It's this older French lady who makes fabulous knitted garments. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I need to knit it. I need to knit that. I need to make that. Like maybe in other colors, but still, it was, like the French chic. And she's just lovely. I was looking at a lot of her videos and I'm like, how didn't I find you sooner? Like, this is so nice. I feel, like my mother was talking to me about knitting and I'm like, oh, I love this. Yeah. And my husband saw that I do watch a lot of knitting podcasts. And he was like, yeah, don't you want to start one? And I do, and I have wanted for a long time, but I was always camera shy. I did not like what I was seeing in the camera, how I talked, because I am an English and Russian major, and I did talk without any accent in both languages. But since I left, well, I was studying partially in Russia and partially in Slovakia. I was going back and forth between the countries. I did get quite a thick accent in my English, which I do not like. But yeah, nothing to do with it. I also actively speak Russian at home because my husband is Georgian and the common language we have is Russian. Yeah, a lot of fun with this conflict and the war. Yeah, we are not speaking too loud in Germany at the shops, just for security purposes. Yeah, and I didn't like what I was seeing at all, so I always put it off, just start, no, I will put it off, start, no, I will put it off. And one day, it was a Tuesday, it was a rainy Tuesday, I wanted to make a podcast episode. And I sat down on the kitchen floor because there were no elevated places I could put the phone, actually. So I just sat on the kitchen floor, put it in one of the cubicles for the food, and just made an episode. And I never published it because I didn't like what I was seeing. I hated it, and decided like to scrap the idea, not to make it anymore. But still, I was watching a lot of videos, a lot of knitted podcasts, and I decided to rewatch the video I made. And the more I watched, the more I came to terms with what I was seeing, what was there, and decided to make a Vlogtober because it was the 1st of October, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And yeah, look at it. It's the 15th of October, episode 5, and I'm here still going on strong, and I do not think I will be taking a break soon. I will make yeah, a lot of videos. I would also love to well, after the Vlogtober, I would love to make a proper knitting podcast first episode. I would love to talk how I started to knit and why I started to knit, because I think it's a huge part of basically everything, and why I knit what I knit. And I think we are on for a long ride together. Yeah, I still have a lot to improve, but I will get there. Yeah, I want to get there to be proud of the process of perfecting my videos, and I just want to say I am incredibly grateful for everyone who is on this road with me, who subscribed, who comments, who watches the whole rants about fibers, because it's amazing that people do watch something I put out. Yeah, so thank you for sitting down with me for this little chat. The next episode will be, as I said, the road, the knitting, and yeah, the hardships of traveling through 2 countries to the 3rd one in the row. Yeah, and I think I will be mostly talking about my knit along. Yeah, because it's like the main project I'm working on right now. I took a lot of yarn, a lot of projects with me, but I didn't knit on them. Yeah, I always overestimate the amount of projects and yarn I need to take on the road. But I like yarn, you know. So it's no problem. Yeah, so thank you for watching, enjoy your day, and see you soon. Happy knitting. Bye.